Let's get some business news, shall we? Britain's biggest retailer, Tesco's, reported another fall in sales, Ben. Hi.
Yeah, they're down, but they're not down as much as they were. So things starting to look up, but clearly a lot of work still to do. Good morning to you. Experts were predicting an improvement from Tesco, which technically we do actually have. Sales are down, but as I said, not as falling as fast as they have been. They were down by 1.3%. That is in the last quarter, comparing to a much steeper fall of over 4% this time last year. Now, new boss Dave Lewis had been trying to turn the supermarket around. This is what he told us here on BBC Breakfast earlier this month.
Compared to 6 or 9 months ago, the performance of the business is improving quite significantly. And when I look at it in terms of fundamentally how many people are coming to shop with us, actually that's increasing for the first time in a long time. So the numbers you see will be affected by many things, and what we need to do is, for our core customer, do the right thing. And we've been doing that. We've put more colleagues in store, we've made more product available, we've lowered our prices, and we've improved our quality.
So that's the boss of Tesco. But Phil Dorrell is from the Consultants Retail Remedy. He was also one of the bosses at Asda and Safeway. Phil, good morning.
Good morning.
We heard there from Dave Lewis, and if you look at the statement we've had this morning in this update, suggesting more price cuts, fewer products on the shelves, they're trying to slim down what they do.
Yeah, it's called rationalisation.
Yeah, is that effectively copying what the likes of Aldi and Lidl are doing? Because if you go in their stores, there are fewer products and they're cheaper.
I think you'd have to go a long way to try and ape what Aldi and Lidl are doing. They have probably about 1,500 lines in their store, as opposed to probably about 20-fold more lines in Tesco. So he'd have to go a long way to ape what they're doing. But certainly what he's trying to get to is price integrity and clarity for the customers. So they go in, they can see the wood from the trees and say, yeah, that's a really good price, that's a really good deal, I'm going to buy it.
It strikes me Tesco really has missed out because it didn't see the way that the market was going. They invested a lot in these big out-of-town stores and it all became about the local convenience stores. What is the next thing they're going to have to look at? Because the plan that they're doing now, what they're putting in place now, is actually what we'll be thinking about in 2, 3 or 4 years' time.
Absolutely right. And they've got to engage with their customers. That's the first and foremost thing that most retailers have got to do, and look at what their customers are doing now and who their future customers are going to be, creating a vision and delivering that vision in their stores. And clearly Tesco's 5 years ago weren't doing that. They've had the worst year they're ever likely to have. And are there signs of them coming out of it? Well, there are some very slight green shoots. The sales are lessening still, but there's a slight decline of the declination, as it were. So it's lessening. And clearly they're doing a lot of work to try and win back the confidence of customers. Yeah. And apparently they're getting another 180,000 customers through their doors each week.
And the AGM today, a big one because it's Dave Lewis, the boss's first one. A very tough one because shareholders will want answers from him, not just about the performance and what he intends to do to it, but also a lot of questions about the payoff for the old boss.
Yeah, so Philip Clark walks away with a sort of like £1.2 million payoff, a pension agreement, I think it's £658,000 a year. And when you look at what the performance was over those years that Philip Clark had it, you'd have to say a lot of people in the AGM will be saying, is this really justified?
One for us to watch closely. Phil, thanks very much. Phil Dorrell there from Asda and Safeway, former boss, we should say, now a retail consultant. More from me after 8. See you then.
See you then, Ben. Thanks.